If you're wondering what kind of fantasy impact all these rookies are going to have in the 2010 season, we've called in Michael Fabiano, the NFL.com fantasy expert. Michael, let's start at pick number 12, the Chargers trading up to get Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, and no question about it. He's going to be the top rookie in fantasy football. Listen, Norv Turner's already said he wants to get this kid 290 touches as a rookie. Paul, sign me up for that kind of workload for a guy who really comes out of Fresno State, talented, and he's going to be the featured back there. Takes over for LaDainian Tomlinson. He'll be worth as much as a second-round pick in fantasy drafts, and he's a big-time #1 pick in dynasty leagues.
And we stay with the running back situation. The Lions trading back in late in the first to get Jahvid Best.
A ton of talent here. Bucky Brooks just talked about him. He is a true playmaker. Kevin Smith could be out for the start of the season. Remember, he's coming off from ACL surgery. Even so, I think Best is the #1 guy in Detroit. He's worth the middle-round pick in fantasy leagues.
The first running back off the board, Buffalo, selecting C.J. Spiller at 9.
Yeah, sometimes opportunity supersedes talent, and C.J. Spiller is probably the most talented running back in the 2010 class, but will he have the opportunity? Fred Jackson's there. He had 1,000 yards last year. Marshawn Lynch is there. The offensive line is questionable. Do I think he's still worth a middle-round pick based on talent alone? Yes, but he's not going to put up huge numbers, Paul. Again, the opportunity, I don't know if it's going to be there throughout the season.
I think a lot of us thought the Texans were going to get the big back in round 1, but they wait till round 2 and get Ben Tate from Auburn.
Yeah, and my buddy Michael Lombardi loves this kid, thinks he could be the offensive rookie of the year, and I agree with him. Ben Tate's going into a great situation to succeed in Houston. He's a one-cut runner. He's a perfect fit for Gary Kubiak's offense. This is a kid who I see as a big-time sleeper. Took him off the board in the middle rounds in most drafts.
One pick later, the Browns also go running back at 59 from Tennessee, Montario Hardesty.
Another sleeper in Fantasyland, Paul. A kid who's going to come in and play right away with Jerome Harrison. He's a big back. I think he could lead the team in carries. If not, it's going to be a 50% backfield committee there. I really like the upside on Montario Hardesty in Eric Mangini's offense.
Prior to selecting Tim Tebow at 25, the Broncos go wide receiver in the first with Demaryius Thomas.
All right, now remember the Broncos, of course, traded Brandon Marshall, so they have an opening there at wide receiver. I think Thomas is going to take over. He should start. They also have Eddie Royal and Jabbar Gaffney there. I think maybe Royal could fit better in that slot. Demaryius Thomas, a rookie, a guy who's not going to put up huge numbers in his first year at the NFL level, but someone to take a chance on in the middle rounds. Maybe a late-round pick as well, number 4 or 5 fantasy receiver, someone to look out for during training camp.
The first-round receiver story, though, Dez Bryant going to the Cowboys.
And there's a lot to talk about Dez Bryant, Paul, because of the situation where he dropped in the draft. But this is a guy who might be the most talented wide receiver in the 2010 class. Now, you've got Roy Williams there, and Roy Williams, he really did not perform well. The Cowboys probably regretting that trade about right now. If Dez Bryant can take over a starting role from Roy Williams in training camp, this kid's value is going to skyrocket preseason.
Michael Fabiano, thank you very much. And a reminder, you can get your first look at NFL.com's new fantasy game. Easy to sign up, also easy to play. All you have to do is go to NFL.com/fantasy to learn more.